Welcome to Zarnia for Games and Geekery. This is Legends of Storm's Eye, our actual play D&D show.
Yay!
I always feel like it's the wrong moment. Whenever you start cheering, it just doesn't seem like it was the right moment.
You don't give us the moment.
You don't give us a cue.
Well, okay, I'll give you the cue next time. When I want you to cheer, I will say cheer. Only then. No. Speaking of things to do, please like and subscribe. No, that's about it. Just like and subscribe, and I don't know, have a nice day.
Tell
enjoy
friends.
yourself.
And cheer.
Tell someone you love them. That kind of thing.
But also about this.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm going to stop interrupting you.
That guy. On our previous episode, Thrastock, Legacy, Jack, and Iggy continued to search the Unbreakable Armory, and they discovered the body of Kona Thrice Bearded. Using the magic of the Soul Taker Hammer and the Forge, they were able to restore Kona's soul to his body. He awakened as though he had just died in that battle, and the years that had passed since then were just a blink of the eye. Meanwhile, Glenda confronted a monk in her memories. This monk, though, turned out to be her mother. They reconnected, they spoke, but unfortunately, because Upsha had created the dream trap from her soul, the only way that she could release everyone was by dying. However, she did tell Glenda an important secret about who her father actually was. A former apprentice of the Five Temples, Yegoriel. The same Yegoriel who Kona Thrice Bearded named as the invader and traitor, the one who had destroyed the Unbreakable Armory. Meanwhile, Makanda, trapped in his own memories of being a humiliated scholar, is approached by a strange figure and offered any answers that he can, the answer to any question that he cares to write in the book of Binding and Breaking. The mysterious fellow scholar calls himself Yegoriel. Welcome to Legends of Storm's Eye. Cheer now!
Yay!
I'm sorry, Zale.
Sorry, Zale. Sorry, sound guy.
Zale is that amazing sound guy. Thanks to Zale.
Thanks,
Oh,
Zale.
yes. Let's not forget to thank Zale, our great sound guy. He's over there. He's not on camera because he's very ugly.
Oh, it's true.
I'm so sorry. That was really cool. Cut that out.
the rest of
I don't know. It felt.
That was so mean.
Zale and I have that relationship, though.
It's the face for radio.
Zale is too attractive. And we can't have him on.
Yes.
He'll blow up the
Keep
camera.
throwing natural 20s on
Yeah.
charisma.
Thanks, guys.
Okay. So, in the Unbreakable Armory, we are going to first visit with our 4 companions who have Kona Thrice Bearded with them. They have just exited the forge room. Kona, still badly wounded despite the healing that he has gotten from the rest of the party. He's stable, but much depleted after his battle with Yegoriel. They need to get him to the infirmary in the dormitory wing. All right, so as you are supporting this mighty dwarf with his triple beard, I assume Thrastock, you kind of have an arm on him.
Over my shoulder, like, wounded
I don't think he's like still. I mean, he's got dignity. He's like,
arm over the shoulder.
Okay, that's all right. You're stocky. Oh, good
throw him over his
stock
shoulder.
you are. Oh, yes. You could learn something from this guy. Oh, wow, look at him. He's like, slaps his back. He's like, oh, look at that. Powerful muscles.
Yes, he's very strong.
Roll Insight, Legacy, and Jack and Iggy. Oh, it's Iggy, roll with advantage.
Ooh.
Oh.
13.
11.
Jack?
2?
2.
Yeah.
All right. None of you think anything odd about this. All right. Straight on through the infirmary. And the bunch of you kind of like trail along afterwards. It's like, oh, someone's been keeping this neat. I would have thought there would be bodies everywhere.
Are we seeing the goblin heads that we saw from before?
They're in the main entry hall. So as you go through, yeah, he's like, oh, what is this?
Who do you think did that?
There must have been some. So
I mean, why?
Why is it?
Crazy.
It wasn't you?
Why would be the question I'd be asking.
No. This must have happened after the battle. Can't imagine who this might have been. Strange indeed.
Very weird.
I mean, it looks like they had a lot of time. Every single one is tied up there individually, and it must be thousands.
Yes. Yegoriel truly did bring his horn. Goblins.
Goblins.
Tragic what happened to them. Tragic.
What? What?
What happened to goblins? Well,
I think it's an excellent start.
Oh.
That's not very nice.
I don't know about
goblins.
that. I mean,
They were mind controlled. Nee.
oh, they weren't mind controlled so much, but they were just a peaceful people, maybe a little more bickersome than most, a little bit more avaricious, but in general they were. They scared me. I can't talk.
Okay.
Do you need
We can
some,
debate
do you
the
need some
merits
water
of
or
goblins
something?
later.
Yeah.
Yes. To the infirmary, and he slaps your butt.
Oh,
Oh,
nice. Whose butt?
that was a very loud...
Away!
To the infirmary. Okay, to the
Buns
infirmary.
and steel.
All right. Makanda, you are in the front entrance hall, which is, as they are crossing through the main hall full of goblin heads, you can actually see them with their lights moving through and hear their voices.
Hey guy!
What?
What was that?
Makanda, is that
It's
you?
me, Makanda! I'll run over.
Okay, just.
Makanda!
Where have you been? I've been in a dream or a memory, I'm not sure.
Wow.
Disappeared for a second. It was after we disappeared into that portal.
It wasn't a second, it was a
were
long
gone for a
time.
while.
I wasn't
We were really worried
Conveniently
about you.
avoided the whole fight we just had.
Well,
We could have used
I didn't want
We
to.
were all
Sacred
in our
flame.
dream worlds.
I would have loved to. I was talking about Sacred Flame and the memory that I was having, but I didn't have an opportunity.
Was it a
to.
memory or was it a dream?
Difficult to tell. It seemed like a nightmare. I had no
Mine
pants
too.
for some time.
But I mean, that's
that
you
was-
in normal real life.
That's
sometimes.
true
Yeah.
as well, so that's why it was confusing. But I survived. That's the important.
Did your pa also make you work in the mines?
And in my memory?
Yeah.
No, that's your own stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm just checking if maybe everyone was in my memory or if I was in your memories,
Yeah.
or because I had Miko in mine. Did you have a cat in yours?
I had a lectern and I was lecturing in mine. It was one of my worst memories, a nightmare in front of all of my peers, and I was tongue-tied. But I did meet a very interesting man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think we should correspond with him going forward, perhaps. He seems like an interesting...
You want us
let's
to correspond
discuss.
with the man in your nightmare.
What's that?
This man was in your nightmare.
Yes, he stepped into my nightmare. He seemed to have great power.
Well,
By the name of Yegoriel.
Sorry,
let's discuss that on the way to the
breathing a
infirmary.
little
I was
bit.
about to say. We need to get this chap to
I
get some
think
help.
I can
Yeah.
feel a couple of ribs grating against one another.
But you're okay. You're not. You're not hurt.
I'm excellent, yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Feeling physically fit, feeling...
And you didn't see Glenda anywhere.
Oh, no. I don't know what became of her. She's not with you?
No,
No.
we haven't seen her.
My.
So as you kind of enter the dormitory wing, Glenda, you can hear them down the passage. It doesn't sound like they're very far away, but you can hear their echoing voices as they are guided towards the infirmary. What would you like to do?
I guess, knowing that my mother is now deceased, I will give her a gentle kiss on the forehead, wipe my eyes, and go and seek them out.
All right. So as you enter the infirmary, everything's covered in dust. It looks like there was fighting in here as well. Things aren't smashed. Everything has been cleaned away. But you can see that there's a lot of space where glassware and things were missing, have been used for other stuff. So it looks like it's clean. The stains of blood on the floor look like they've been scrubbed as best as possible, but there's obviously a lot of things missing here. Looks in one corner there was a bit of a fire even at one point.
Oh, okay, just put me down on that table.
Okay.
Plonk them down on the table.
All right. Now, who knows anything about medicine?
Suppose I do.
She can touch people and make them feel very good.
Oh yes. You gave me a bit of help before, didn't you? Was that you, the strapping lad?
Lad?
You, the strapping lad.
Oh, yes, I did a bit of healing. I can do some more healing, but...
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think time is going to be the best healer. That's the thing about magic is you've got to pay for it in some way.
I can give you some of this balm of moonshade, if that will help.
Wait, before we start giving him the limited resources.
Here we go.
Let's just talk about this for a second. Why should we be helping this guy?
This guy reminds me of someone. I can't put my finger on it.
He is wounded and needs our aid.
Okay.
This is his place. I mean, like, he created this place. I think we should at least give him the time of day. Or the time of moonshade.
Make sure that this is a reciprocal relationship that we're having between us and this gentleman.
You want to hold his wounds over him.
To heal him for another 5 hit points of damage.
Mr. Kona, is there
spot.
anything I can find, I can look for? Is there something that could help you? Anything. I can make you hot cocoa.
All right, I think, if you turn the power back on here, that should be good.
He runs out the room. Runs back. Where's the power?
All right, so go to the main forge, and you will find behind that the temple engine. It's the mechanism that we all work together on, the masters, to sustain the hidden temples. It'll activate all the magic. There's some unseen servants that keep the place tidy and clean, and the food tables will also begin their ability. It's quite magical. They'll extrude the food that you would like to eat straight from the...
Just like Loestes.
Oh, Loesti? What's that punk up to?
How far away is this room from where I am?
You should arrive now.
Okay. Hello.
Glenda!
You're alive! It's good to see you.
Are you okay? You look like you've been
Look like you've seen a ghost.
/weak crying.
Guys, I found my mother.
You mean your father?
You were looking for your dad, though.
Yes, I still am, in fact, looking for my father. It's a long story, but the monk, it was my mother.
What?
Was my mother, and she's been keeping me, and in fact all of us, I'm not sure what you've experienced, but what she told me is she's been keeping us all in her soul's dream as a trap and putting everyone in their most feared scenarios to protect this armory. But she, after discovering that I am her daughter and that we do not mean this place harm, has let us go. But that also means back into the armory so you could get out of your dream, but that also unfortunately means that she had to die.
Wait, your mother created that place?
Yeah,
I'm sorry for your loss. I'm sorry for your loss.
thank you.
Opsha survived?
Up until this very moment, Upsha survived.
And you are her daughter? Then
Are you Kona?
Thrice bearded.
speak of the beard. It is I, Kona, thrice bearded, master artificer.
She survived. She's been keeping this place running single-handedly through this soul dream
Don't speak of it. Don't speak of it. No.
that she learned through
What's a
my
soul's dream?
father.
Who's your father? What?
Wait, so the monk wasn't your dad, so who is your dad?
His name is Yegoriel. And he is an evil man. I'm part evil.
Ew.
And part awesome monk.
Yegoriel is your father.
What?
I'm so confused.
This is crazy. Yegoriel did, and I point to like the goblin heads, and he brought all of.
This doesn't surprise me at all.
He betrayed him.
Yes.
He betrayed everyone.
Upshur broke her vows of the eternal vigil, fell in love with that charming snake, Yegoriel, and yes, Upshur was confined to her quarters. She must have been there throughout the whole battle. That's why she must have survived. She's been living here how many years?
70 years.
I mean, you said the calendar reset since the battle, so probably much longer.
Yes, yes.
70 years in this place, perhaps longer outside. I'm unclear.
Well, it would definitely be 70 years outside because that is my age.
This is complicated and beyond
This is
my
really
heart. Perhaps you know more of
complicated.
this Makanda. But
Yeah, it sounds really complicated. Sorry about your mom and dad situation. I wonder, Kona, if I might have a word when you have a second.
Yes. You're a man of healing?
Yes, I am.
Yes, then let us talk as you prepare some tinctures or some kind of healing balm.
I'm going to put the lights on.
Yes, you'll find it by the forge. Yeah, okay.
I'll find it, don't worry.
He's gone. All right.
Can I make a little fire?
You can find once he sets the forge running again. The lights shall come on. The unseen servants will begin cleaning.
Wow.
I'm gonna
And
soothe
the
my
food
soul.
will work, the heating as well. Yes. You can
Great.
find the canteen further down the hall,
Thanks for your.
as well as quarters for guests. They might be in a bit of a state.
Okay.
I can imagine as they're looking around.
Okay, well, should we go and get some food? I'm starving.
Yeah, let's do it.
Would the rest of you like to head off and kind of take this time as a bit of a long rest
Yeah.
to do some things?
Certainly.
All right.
I want to go and talk to Glenda. I want to talk to Glenda.
Okay, great. And you
Happier.
are going to go turn on
Let's go to the buffet, grab a drink,
machine?
and we can have a chat.
And I'm gonna talk to Iggy at some point. But
Okay, do you want to follow Iggy?
yeah.
Okay.
And I want to have a little conversation with Makanda just off to the side, just quickly.
Okay.
Okay. Alliances are being made.
My mind.
All right. Iggy, you go back to the main forge room. Jack, you following along. You pick your way along the bodies, the hulking machinery, and you can find behind the forge there is this second doorway that is labeled neatly in Dwarvish, main room, main engine. And as you open it, you have this sense of sudden vertigo. And you can see this is very similar to the Infinite Library's Infinite Engine, but much smaller scale. That was powering an immense project that Loesi had been working all his life on. And this is more of a sort of a magical generator. But there's that same metal, this is like more dwarvish. It's got a little metal gangway over to this central like ball of spinning energy that's spinning quite slowly, metal rings within rings, all surrounded by infinite blackness. So as you tiptoe along there, Jack is with you.
I should have waited for instructions.
I'll help you. Sorry.
How do you know? I forgot how to turn this on. Is there like a lever or a button or something?
Okay, so as roll your investigation.
Both of us or just Iggy?
Just Iggy. You can help actually. So roll with advantage, Iggy.
Oh, I'll roll with advantage.
God, this
Dirty
guy's-
20.
A dirty 20, great.
Okay.
Fortunately, this is a meticulous dwarf. You can see that Kona, very precise in his labeling of everything, and takes you a little bit of like, oh, okay, this. But it seems, with a little bit of investigation, that what has happened is that it's kind of got like a power down timer. That kind of like, oh, it's not being used, and it kind of goes into like a standby mode. And you just main switch, whoosh, and slowly the rings of metal start spinning, the runes on them start glowing, and this hum kind of emanates. Woof, 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 woof. And little runes sparkle. Yeah.
Ooh.
Wow.
I got it to work.
Good job.
Hey,
Um,
what's up?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you. You were talking about your comics books and that, like,
Yeah, I've got the whole
mushroom
collection.
guy.
Yeah.
You said he's got the same
Fly cap.
powers as me.
Yeah, he's a druid. I thought you knew you were a druid.
I mean, I guess
You do all the druidy things.
when I was separated from my family,
Yeah.
I just kind of forgot about all of that stuff. I went down a different path, I guess. And I've never had anyone to tell me who or what I am.
I mean, he's a mushroom person, and I'm fairly sure he's not real at this point. Or he was real. He was made real by my mom.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, he had all sorts of cool powers. He could turn into animals. He could make things grow. Like the vines that you entangled
yeah?
everyone with. He could do that a lot. He got tangled up all these zombies in the one episode. That was crazy. There were like 400 zombies, and they were all coming at him. And he was like, I won't let you pass. And then he was like, boo, and there was tangles. And then he made giant eagles from the sky, came out from like the Feywild. He could talk to the Feywild, and he could summon animals, and it was crazy. And they would come in, and he would save the day with like, he was friends with all the animals. He could talk to them. I mean, like you talk to your cat. So you basically like fly cap.
Cool.
Except you're not a mushroom,
No.
I think.
I mean, I think.
Okay.
But do you remember any of the stories? Could you
I could tell you stories for days. I left all my comics back in the bird village because I didn't want to bring them underwater. But when we get back, we can spend the whole night, and I'll show you all my comics books, and we can read them together. It'll be so nice.
Thanks, Iggy. Back in the day, I guess I would have thought you were kind of, I don't know, nerdy, but you're really cool, actually.
Thanks,
Yeah.
I guess.
And also, Miko came to you. What happened with that?
Miko?
Sorry, I just forgot about that.
Miko was in my dream. Miko said it wasn't real and that I should just pay attention. And because of Miko, I figured out, that the memory was a memory, because I was so scared because in my memory, my pa was making me work, and he was shouting at me, and he said that everything I believe in was crap, and I was just, yeah. And then Miko came. And Miko said it's not real. And then I was all of a sudden with a kraken, and my ma was being killed by the kraken that she summoned. And then Miko was there again. He said it's not real. And then it all started to fuzz.
But I wonder why he came to you and me. I mean, I understand why he came to me, I guess, but he didn't go to anyone else.
I don't know.
Do you know about Moonshay? No.
Does you know about Moonshay?
No.
No.
Okay.
I know about Moon 3.
Oh yeah, geez. Moonshay.
Yeah, we forgot about Moon 3.
That was
for a second
dark,
there.
yeah.
All right, and we're going to cut over now to Thrastok. Thrastok, who are you chatting to? Glenda. All right. As the two of you have made your way to the canteen, suddenly the lights kind of on and like a beautiful glow, and you hear kind of like a rustle around as suddenly plates start getting like picked up and moved, and dust starts kind of like swooping off surfaces.
Ah, there it is. Well, I guess Iggy must have found the artifact that powers this place. That dwarf,
I have
he's
no
shaping up.
doubt.
He's
I have
shaping
no
up.
doubt he would.
How are you feeling?
I won't lie to you. I'm feeling a bit sad and confused and torn up about what it is I need to do now, because I've spent so long searching for a father who was one thing and now is something else entirely. But if he's the reason my mother has had to die, then I want to meet him if he's still alive and either avenge her death or see if I can bring him to the light. I mean, yeah, I also want to maybe find a post office and message my children. I've not thought about them in a long time.
Well, the path of vengeance is a hard one. I know because I tread upon it myself. Your mother has just passed. Do you want me to perform a funeral ceremony for her?
Oh, that would be wonderful. That would be wonderful.
Very well. Let's find a quiet place, perhaps which is closest to where you came from, and we can do that there.
Yeah, let me lead you to her body, and then hopefully by that point, the buffet and drinks table will be replenished, and we can toast to her life.
You realize that kind of like as you're sitting there and as you kind of say this and you're thinking of whatever it is that you want to toast, the table just exudes. What is it? What drink?
Sherry.
A sherry.
A preference.
And for you, a beer or whatever it is that you wish to toast with.
Certainly. Do you want to invite the others?
I guess I could wait for them, but honestly, they never met her, so I'd be happy to just do it alone.
Mm-hmm. Grief can be a private and important thing.
I mean, maybe we could invite Kona if they were close and fighting for the same cause, but also...
The choice is yours.
Let's grab Kona to a private...
Legacy?
So, Makanda's kind of hovering around Kona at the moment, right?
Yes. And you are hovering around...
Just, hey, Kona, do you mind if I just chat to we got separated, I just want to catch up with him for just a second. Just
Okay, all right. All right.
Yes.
Right back.
Makanda, did you?
Of course.
Yeah. Hey, sorry to hear about the nightmare thing. We all had our own version, so
Yeah, that is what I'm coming
bad.
to understand.
Listen, you're gonna do some like healing work on this guy.
Yes.
I think we need to be trying to get some more information out of him.
Of Kona, the thrice bearded.
Just
He is a legend. He is like a god among men.
all I'm saying is, I feel like there's some more information we need. I think we can get a little bit more out of him. Just while you're healing him, I'm not saying don't heal him.
I'm definitely healing
of course.
this guy.
We
I've
agree.
posters of him from back home. I had them up on the wall.
I agree. This is a big moment, and just if you could just ask some insightful questions while you're doing your work. That's all I'm saying.
Like what? You want me to ask him for his ID? Dude, this is like one of the five main architects.
Just keep it down. I get it. Just, if you could just figure out...
You ask him. You're
not
such a big man. Go ask one of the most legendary magicians to ever exist. Prove that you're a good guy.
Can I roll
No, I
persuasion
won't
to get
stop
him
you.
to...
I won't stop
You can't roll. No, I'm not going to let you let you roll persuasion on other party
OT.
members.
Okay, well, would you... Okay, fine. I get it. He's a hero of yours.
Yeah, he's a hero of
Can I've got healing words. I can help. Let me help and let me just chat to him while you're doing your thing. Is that fine?
I'm curious to see how this goes. Fine, come hang out for a bit. Let's come to see how it goes. Tough guy, come do your lawyer thing with like a mythical god. Let's see it. Yeah, now I want to see it.
So the two of you walk back into the infirmary, and Kona, you see that he's kind of like pulled over a little tray next to himself, and he's busy like mashing up some herbs and pastes, and he's like,
Oh, good. I was about to perform some surgery on myself, but my hands aren't too steady.
Of course, Kona.
Yes, young man.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Jam it into my heart.
Sorry, what?
Jam it into my heart.
Jam it.
Jam it in my heart.
into your- Before I do that, can I just ask you a quick question about?
It's all right. I'm dying very slowly, so yes.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm worried that if I just want to make sure that we got off on the right foot.
All right.
You're happy with us being here and using up all your resources and using your food and eating and resting.
I mean, it's a magical generator. It doesn't really. It's not really very resource intensive.
Yeah. And the other thing I wanted to know is, when did you know that you were about to be betrayed?
Oh,
At what point were you like, something's not right?
that is a difficult question. Oh, I think my first inkling was when Yegoriel returned to me from learning with the other masters. He returned to me, he'd been with the master of the 5th temple, and he told me that he was now the master of the 5th temple. He had ascended, and unfortunately, in a terrible accident, Levinus was killed. But Levinus left all the wisdom to him.
Wow.
I do not believe in chance. I do not believe in coincidences. When a power-hungry young man seeks knowledge and someone says no to them and then that person ends up dead, I think we can all put the puzzle together. So I refused to teach him any more of the soul working. That's when I discovered that, I discovered somewhat after that he had managed to get into the Unbreakable Armory without my permission, without my knowledge. He had seduced one of the monks. And she had let him in, and he had taken the secret of my notebooks. Yes.
Yeah, sorry. I can see this is difficult for you. And thanks for telling me that. Can I roll an insight check to find out if he's telling the truth?
Roll an insight check, yeah?
18.
18.
Yeah.
You don't see anything that would indicate that he's lying.
Okay, cool. Okay, so sorry, you needed me to put this jam it in your chest, this thing?
Yeah, so it's right. He takes a kind of like a marker pen. He's like, right there.
Okay.
All right.
Here we
If you
go.
go a little to the left, it would be fatal. But
Okay.
I think this should do it. All right.
Here we go. Steady hands. There we go.
Oh, that stings. Oh.
Is it supposed to sting? It's supposed to... Makanda, maybe you should take
I'll take it from here. Did you get what you needed? Okay, great.
I know I'm not in the room, but out of character,
And he passes
what
out.
did he shove into your chest?
Oh, it's like a needle,
Like a
hypodermic
syringe.
Adrenaline needle.
filled with
Okay, I thought it
stuff
was
that
the
he just.
mortar and pestle.
Me too.
Yeah, then he put that with a little bit of fluid, and then he I don't know. It's magic.
All right, and
Magic ingredients.
Back in the room.
It was soluble things.
Can Iggy and Jack walk in, and then Flycap? He took. Oh, what the hell is
Oh my
going on
goodness,
here?
Legacy.
Legacy.
What are you doing?
Makanda can tell. He asked me to do it. I'm helping.
He's putting adrenaline in his body.
I'm helping
Everything's
him.
fine.
I'm helping.
Kona's unconscious
Kona,
now.
I'd like to invite you to. Oh my God, what's the matter with you?
Oh, he's Legacy stabbing
Legacy!
Kona in the heart.
Makanda, you were there. He asked me
I'm
to
going
do
to
it.
cast Cure Wounds. Nobody panic, okay? And I cast Cure Wounds.
Okay, but can you please
Legacy,
tell
step
them-
away from him.
Legacy.
Makanda, tell them the truth.
Away.
Why are you stabbing him?
I'm not.
Okay, all right. Everybody relax.
Oh, you brought me
Are you
back.
okay?
Oh, are you okay, Kona?
Yes.
I switched.
Yegoriel, part of one of his attacks was a very slow poison, but that should have purged it from my body.
Wow.
Yeah, there it goes. All good.
I just assume the worst always with Legacy. I don't know why.
I think I might still have a couple of curses afflicting me. I'm going to need definitely some time to heal from it. But yes, that should be right as rain. I think we're all a bit tired out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Rest, the original healer.
Before we do, I'm going to have a short funeral ceremony for my mother if you'd like to join.
No.
Fair enough.
Oh my.
I mean,
Wait, why?
why?
This is all because of her.
How?
Yegoriel seduced her, used her, and she broke her vows. to
Don't
the
victim
eternal
shame my
ritual.
mother.
What do you mean shame? What? Of course there's shame. She broke her vows. To the eternal vigil.
But she was seduced by a thoroughly charismatic man.
Didn't use magic to seduce her, just use charm. You know what you do against charm? Common sense.
Wow.
She was deceived, but I understand you have difficult feelings about this. Tell me, you were never deceived by Yegoriel? You saw him from the beginning for the bad man he was?
No, I was deceived by him. I see what you were saying, but I never broke any vows.
Well, that's
As a
good
follower
way
of
of questioning
Master, I think you know that a vow is sacred.
Indeed they are, and yet people do slip and they do slide upon the long path through the long war. Anyway,
Didn't you make a vow to protect
Yes.
this place?
She may have made a mistake, but she sacrificed her life to then defend it.
Which is more than what you did.
Well,
I'm just saying.
I don't know if
What?
He also
That's-
died.
Well, the place wasn't defended. You have a vow. You vowed to defend this place, and it wasn't defended.
pulled my soul from my body in my dying moments
As
to
did
defend this place. And you!
We helped you. Thank you. That's all I'm saying.
legacy.
All right.
no-
Leave me! I'm so tired of this foolishness. And he gets up off the table and he pushes past you and he and stomps down through the dormitories and away from you all.
Can I chase after him? I still want to.
You may chase after him.
Chase after him.
Can
All right.
I quickly talk to Glenda before she does the funeral service?
Yeah. As the rest of you kind of like watching like Makanda and Kona heading off, the five of you are left kind of awkwardly looking at each other. What would you like to do?
Iggy wants to kind of like feels the tension in the room, and I want to sneak out of the room and sneak after Kona and Makanda because I can't. The adults are freaking me out. Mom and Dad are arguing again, and I'm going down to. I want to talk to Kona, who's a hero. He's a legend. He's a legend apparently, and he's after the adventure. He wants to keep in his comic books world. He doesn't want to be with Mom and Dad fighting.
So I just, Glenda, I mean, I know everyone thinks I'm an arsehole, but that guy is a true arsehole.
I mean, up until this point, I mean, my mother only spoke highly, highly of him, but that level of cynicism, she literally died to save this place. And yes, she made a mistake.
Yeah.
But she decided she would rather not live with her daughter for the sake of making up for the mistake that she made. And for that, I think she is a hero. And yes, I think that Kona is an asshole, although still right.
Well, apparently, as people keep telling me, you could be right and still be an arsehole.
Fair.
But I agree. There's something weird about the way he responded to that makes me very uncomfortable.
Well, I just think that when people have been through trauma and pain, they react in that way. We don't know Kona, we don't know what he's gone through. When we found him, he had fatal wounds, and we've just brought him back to life, so he's probably a bit shook.
Indeed, perhaps his grief is as yet fresh. Remember, for us, it has been a long time. For you, a lifetime. For him,
Yeah.
it happened virtually minutes ago. In the
Exactly.
sense that he was out. But nonetheless, it is not for us to get
Yeah.
involved with his feelings. He needs to work that out for himself.
Correct.
So we're going to go do a brief funeral for my mother. You are welcome to join, or you can go to the buffet, and we'll meet with you shortly.
I'm really sorry about your mom.
Thank you,
Glenda.
Jack.
All right, so let us go to first Iggy. Roll your stealth. Cool. Just give me a little hand signal, and Makanda, look away.
Alice. Glenda.
Whoa! All right, Makanda. Makanda, so you catch up to Kona, and he's like, leave me,
Kona,
just
I
said you.
apologize for the behavior of my comrades. I assure you, I have nothing but the utmost respect for you and the sacrifice that you made to defend the Unbreakable Armory. I'm a scholar and a huge fan of yours.
Well, okay. All right.
Kona, if you wouldn't mind, I just had a few questions about Yegoriel. What do you think his goals are?
Yegoriel's goals are difficult to say. He was obsessed with power, with knowledge. And anything that you try to keep from him, any secret, would immediately set him off. He found any knowledge that was forbidden or too much for him to be the thing that he wanted most.
And do you think he knows anything about the great storm that afflicts us all?
The great storm. Yes, the islands were swallowed by the storm while we were still creating the temple. And yes, we tried to bend our magic to finding a way out, but we could not. Yegoriel, yes, he was quite haunted by the storm. It represented to him the ultimate question of knowledge. Who created it? Why? What was behind it all?
And it's at this point that Iggy sneezes.
Oh, sorry, I'm sorry. I can't.
What are you doing there?
I'm sorry. Hello, Mr. Kona. I'm sorry also for the behavior of my companions and for sneezing. I'm sorry.
You were eavesdropping.
I wasn't dropping any eaves. I was just following you guys because I didn't want to be there when Legacy and Glenda had another fight.
A person who apologizes later for other people and not standing up in front of the person is a person with no spine or backbone.
I have a spine.
All right. Did you agree with what they said?
What? There were a lot of people talking at the same time. With who? What? I mean, I agree. The vow shouldn't have been broken. A real hero sticks to their vows. But she had a baby, and people make mistakes. I make mistakes. You make mistakes.
Watch your tongue when you speak to the great master.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. No.
No. He is right. He speaks the truth. It is. I have made mistakes, but my vows are unbroken.
Indeed.
A person is only as good as their vow. You cannot reforge a broken vow. It's not a piece of metal. Once it's broken, it's broken.
But you can take a new vow. A stronger vow.
I mean, perhaps you can try earn back your honor. But it is not for me to give it lightly.
I'll do my best.
And I suggest next time you disagree with something, you speak your mind. Courage is not just in action, but also in words.
Right.
Now, leave me, I must meditate.
Of course, great one. If I may ask one more question?
Yes.
Yegoriel, can he be negotiated with, do you believe?
Negotiated with? I don't know. How do you negotiate with someone who you cannot trust? If a person cannot be trusted, then they cannot be negotiated with. Because anything might be a lie. It might just be what you need to hear.
Of course. Thank you for your time, great one.
Thank you, Kona. I love the beer. Okay, I'm sorry.
He stomps off and he's like,
His clothes are so stained.
all right. So cutting over to Glenda's ceremony.
Indeed. What was your mother's full name?
I do not know. I just know it as Upshur.
Upshur. Right, very well. So we go to where her body is there? We go
So
to
you enter the small little chamber. You find her body. It looks like she's had like the peaceful repose spell cast on her. You know, no decay or anything like that. Smudged ruins are around. Their power burnt out, but otherwise a simple room that feels quite crowded with the four of you inside.
Yeah. Sorry, who's present?
I'm there.
Legacy hasn't said whether he was there or not.
Yeah, Legacy's still deciding whether he should.
Are you kind of you're kind of lingering by the door?
I'm like lingering by the door. I'm not sure if I should come in or not. You know, I obviously it's very clear that these people do not like me, and I don't want to intrude, but I also don't want to be the person who doesn't rock up there. So I'm kind of like half in, half out.
I'm going to try something. As well, Jack. I'm going to do druid craft. Just make tiny white flowers just fall around the body.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
All right.
Iggy told me about this.
Thrastok?
All right. I put a hand on Glenda's shoulder. Are there any of her personal effects that you want to get first?
Well, before she passed, she gave me this Mennonite mithril thread. And there's enough of it to either create a defensive scarf for myself or attacking gloves. And I'm thinking that you are my adventure family, and if I can depend on you to heal me because I am not that strong or healthy, I will make these as attacking gloves to protect you all. And think of my mother's when I shoved these fists into our enemies' faces and bodies.
Excellent. And not
Great.
approvingly.
It's what Upshur would have wanted.
Indeed. O Aster, Lady of the Divine Star, look upon us now with grace and favor. We come here to celebrate the passing of Upshur, who fell in the Long War. She was not one of your followers, but she was an ally in the Long War that starts in the darkness before the universe, and that will continue until the light pools and time stops at the end of the universe. She may have struggled and faltered upon her path, but in her last breath, in the moment of her death, she was still on the right side and still fighting for what was right. Let it be.
Let it be.
And I call divine light down upon her body, and it is incinerated by the divine radiance of Aster.
Bye, Mom.
And as
I love you.
the body glows with a white light breaking apart into, first into tiny glowing pieces and then into a fine dust until it is just a smudge of light ascending and then leaving everything dark. Your eyes readjust to the dimness of the room. Soft petals falling where she lay in repose. And the ceremony is done.
Thank you all for being there.
Give Glenda a hug.
And you, Legacy.
Give you a hug as well.
I see you there. It means a lot.
Would you like to take a long rest now?
Okay.
Yes, please.
Yes.
All right. So as you kind of drift away, some of you find your way to the banquet hall to rest and recuperate. And some of you find empty rooms for guests and such, so you can take a nap, take a sleep, whatever you need to do. Okay. You're all pretty tired out. It's been a long day. You pretty much went straight from one battle underwater to another battle in a forge to dreams of your souls. You're all very much depleted. You all find places to rest. As you kind of curl up, rest, your eyes close, Jack, you slip into a kind of sleep that feels more unusual. As you feel as your consciousness fades into sleep, you feel it expanding. Something has changed since you were in that the dream trap.
Mm-hmm.
And as you open your eyes in this new kind of space, you see Miko sitting in front of you.
Miko. Miko.
Well, not really.
Oh,
No.
okay. Who then?
Sort of everyone.
What?
It's me, your father. And your mother. And your brother. What? It's kind of all of us.
How?
The magic of Moonshay is that we're all connected.
Okay.
You can't ever be lost.
But I felt lost for so long.
But as you come into your powers, you will be more connected. Connected to all of us.
So you're not gone, then?
No. We'll always be with you.
But can I find you, or again, or are you just here in Miko now in this dream?
Well, we're just taking Miko's shape for now. Borrowing Miko.
Okay.
We thought it might be a bit jarring for you to see your father like that.
Yeah. How is he? How are you all?
Good.
But can I not come to you? Can I not find you? Can I not come and get to you?
We're in a different place. Not just separated by time, but by space. Whatever the storm is, there's a strange link still that it can't break.
Never? Or can I try and break it? I just feel really alone and I feel really lost and I don't know who I am anymore.
I know, but I know that's hard.
Yeah.
And there's not much that we can do. You've got to find a new family. You've got to find new people and new connections.
But what if I want to connect with you? Then do I just sleep and find you, or do I?
Yes. Meditate. And there's some aspect of us that will be here. Maybe part memory, maybe part soul. But we're all connected. And you can't break that connection with us. No one can.
Okay. And if I get out of the storm, can I find you again?
And that connection, no one can break. No one can break that connection. Not you, not anyone. It's us. We're all a part of you. Maybe somewhat of us a memory, somewhat of a soul, but all connected.
And if I can get out of the storm, can I find you?
Jack, don't waste your life searching for a thing when you can make a new thing. Don't waste your life searching for us, searching for a deeper connection, searching when you can make a family here. There are people who need you and people you need around you at all times.
But it's my fault.
It's not your fault.
What if I do it again to other people?
Jack, the world is a busy place, filled with people and objects and things and life and death, colliding and remixing and folding in on itself. All there is balance. Sometimes bad things happen, sometimes good things happen. The things that are unintended, the mistakes, it's just the busyness of the world and just what you must accept. You are becoming powerful, Jack.
Yeah.
Our connection to you is growing.
I don't know how to control or what these powers are or how to use them.
Jack, let us show you. And as you are dreaming in your sleep, you see your father, your mother, you see your siblings, you see the community of Moonshae ghostly around you, teaching you the basics of magic and what it means to be a druid. Whenever you take a long rest, you can now meditate and connect to the dream of Moonshae. Okay. And you'll be able to choose your spells from the pool of that. And every time you use Balm of the Summer Court, the Balm of Moonshae, you will feel the connection of family.
Okay.
All right. So, I'm going to roll a couple more dice just to see what happens.
That's not good.
That's
That's not good.
So what? Different pages.
A surprise encounter.
And one more. You all complete your long rest.
Yes. No random owlbears.
And as you kind of wake up and come together, finding each other in like the large canteen, the big halls, the long tables exuding food, it's much less kind of elven and opulent than Loesti's temple. This is much more of a sort of a barracks almost. A place where people have like quite a lot of community. They come together, they eat together, not in small little groups, but together as a unit. Reminds you of your barrack days. All right, and no doubt that the first person there is probably Thrastock. Yeah.
Time for some proper food around here. I approve of this arrangement. Very, workman-like, very soldier-like. Good stuff here.
Very dwarven.
Yes, exactly. I'll have some turnip and tater and beetroot deeper in apple pie. Thank you very much.
Also, when you woke up, you noticed that all your armor had been cleaned. Everything that you'd left on the side had been cleaned, sharpened. Just.
It's not really good for discipline, is it? If all the chaps start thinking their armor's just going to be clean for them, it's not quite how we did it back at the regiment, but it'll do. Brush some imaginary dust off some parts of the chain. Yeah.
Makanda?
While people are getting up, Makanda is still in his bedroom and he's pacing up and down. And he's got the Book of Binding and Breaking on his bed. And he looks very sleepy, like he hasn't slept and a bit disheveled. And he's muttering to himself, "Come back in me, take him, find out secrets." Okay. And I go to the book and I open it up, take a little pencil. Yegoriel, what secrets do you have to offer me? Question.
And after a pause, you get it. And after a pause, the writing rises to the surface as though coming from like within the page. And it says, bit vague, isn't it? It's a bit vague, isn't it?
Oh, is that what he says?
Yes.
Okay. Where can I find the secrets of the Great Storm?
And after a pause, rising to the surface says, I have been working on these secrets and I'm close to solving the problem of it.
What favor is it that you would ask of me? Question.
I do not know yet.
Can you get me a fake copy of the Book of Binding and Breaking? Question.
What's Iggy up to?
Draw a picture of it in the book, and it will become real.
My thanks, Yegoriel. Draw a picture of the Book of Binding and Breaking with all of the details.
Mm-hmm. And kind of manifesting next to you is a book of binding and breaking.
Sort of sweating. I take the fake book and I put it inside myself. Take the real one and I hide it away. Get myself ready and go to breakfast.
Wow.
All right. As everyone gathers around for breakfast, Iggy, how are you feeling?
Iggy, like any good teenager, has slept into the absolute last moment and is now kind of just wandering in to see everybody already there, like, bacon, just bacon. Everybody, just don't talk to me until I have my bacon, okay? But otherwise, fine.
All right. And then Kona comes in a bit after you all.
Iggy has done his beard in 3 different like shapes, so he looks a little bit like...
Why have you done that?
It's the fashion of the place. I think it looks really cool.
Fashion? Fashion? No, it's not fashion.
What?
Surely you know this young dwarf does not. When a dwarf earns their beard, then they may grow it powerfully and beautifully. And if a dwarf does it a second time, some great act that earns them honor, well, then they may have 2 beards divided. A third act of great honor, 3 beards.
Is that
I am
actually-
not called Kona the thrice-bearded for fashion.
Is that actually an element of dwarven culture?
You recognize it as that there are some older factions of like the dwarves where you come from that do practice those ways. They're also they're very honor bound, and a dwarf who breaks their vow can be debearded. Mm-hmm. The ultimate shame.
Well, I mean, certainly that is true in some places, but you know, as they say, not all stones roll the same way.
Yes, you're very wise.
Legacy's sipping on some coffee and just randomly goes, "Oh, so what was your third act of honor that got the third part?"
The third act of great honor and valor.
And he starts to tell you like this complicated, rambling story about how he basically single-handedly, the amazing feat of engineering, built a multi-cantilever bridge between 2 very distant islands, and it was just such a feat of engineering that it was just amazing.
How did you handle that 4th cofferdam?
The what?
The 4th cofferdam. How do you get the water out of the 4th cofferdam? It sounds like the water would have been too deep there to get into the technical.
Iggy very sheepishly just undoes the beard and he's like, okay.
Glenda is sipping on a acai and rum smoothie in the corner and just kind of avoiding Kona's eye.
Mm-hmm.
Quietly.
Iggy, you've never heard of this kind of thing in dwarf culture, and you realize that you also have never really seen any other black dwarves but Kona and Thrastock. It's pretty unusual.
I mean, he's not going to comment on anything at the moment. He's just going to be like, well, you know, some dwarves obviously different. He's not from the storm. Mr. Kona?
Yes?
You said you were not from the storm, eh?
No, we're not originally from the storm, no.
You came here. And I look at the two and I very awkwardly go like, no, I'm not going to say anything. No, I'm not going to say anything. But I want to ask you, Mr. Kona, you said you craft souls. You use the magic from the souls to make things.
It is possible, yes, but never again.
Because my friend Moontree, he drew in the book of binding and breaking, and his soul has been taken by the book. How do we fix that?
Oh, Yegoriel surpassed me in the soul magic, in the manipulation of souls. I pioneered it. I needed to know if it was possible for my own ego. But when I realized the implications, then I pushed it aside. Never again.
Well, we do need to save Moontree. And Iggy, the young dwarf is right. I mean, one beard or no beard, he is perfectly right.
Yes.
We do need to try and save this young elf.
Yes. To recover the soul taker hammer can extract prepared souls.
Oh.
I cannot simply hit you with it and take your soul from your body. It doesn't work like that. We'd have to prepare you ceremoniously, do the rituals. You'd have to be willing. That's one of the things that Yegoriel found a way around. But once the soul has come loose, soul taken can transfer it to prepared vessels.
Makonda. You are very wise, obviously, and know much about these things. Do you have any thoughts on this? We have a soul hammer, we have perhaps a trance here. Maybe you have some thoughts on how we can get Moontree back.
Yeah. It all sounds generally right, sort of in the ballpark. I say we go with what the man's saying.
Could we not prepare the book to take the soul out of the book?
That's one option, yes. I mean, there was also the suggestion we had a while back that we smite the book again. We come here, we find a sword of some sort that can destroy the book. I have the book, you can take it, you can destroy it.
So he's been, putting souls in books?
Yes.
A book, not lots of books.
Show him the book,
Show the book.
Of course, right here in my pocket.
So that book, if you draw in it, it makes whatever you draw in it real.
But it takes part of your soul
Yeah.
to do that, if I'm not mistaken.
And it's taken my mother's soul. She made a kraken, she made heroes, she made villains, she did a whole shtick where she was...
Manifested material out of nothing using the power of souls.
Manifested real life.
Oh.
Real life that wrought destruction upon...
I mean, as purely from an engineering, mechanical, magical point of view, it's stunning phenomenally. I wonder how he achieved it. Give me the book.
Yes, of course. Let me just pee very quickly.
Oh.
Yes, I just need to pee. I'm off to go pee.
You can leave the book while you go.
It's urgent. Do. And then I go and pee.
He's a very odd fellow. So you head off to the bathroom.
He's very clever though. Very clever.
He pees a lot
about things.
Yeah, he is.
As you are away in the bathroom, you hear towards the bathroom. I assume where are you going?
I was running back to my room to just go double check something very quickly with Yegoriel.
What's happening under the table?
As you make it to your room, you all of you throughout the temple hear this gong. Boom. Kona immediately, his face just look of pure worry as he looks around.
What's that? Someone's activated the portal.
What?
Someone has activated
the people on the ship.
The people that we left.
Yes, quickly, grab your weapons.
People that you tried to
Who
kill.
are the people?
Yeah.
Right, I don't think we can assume they'll be friendly.
We don't
Let's
know.
see.
Humans, divers, in a ship that looked very
The
menacing.
obsidian ring? Yeah, we can't assume that they were friendly to begin with.
Wait.
Well, they certainly won't be friendly now.
Wasn't it the obsidian ring?
We don't know that for certain.
Were they searching for the Unbreakable Armory?
Yes.
You believe so?
Yes. They were trying to
And they knew exactly
take
where it
some of
was.
the ruins.
All right. We must prepare for the worst.
They also went to the Infinite Library. Remember when we left, there was the blimp,
The Zeppelin.
the
They were
Zeppelin?
looking for it.
We must destroy the forge.
What?
What?
Destroy the soul forge, the forge of breath.
Why?
Because without that, the soul magic here cannot be practiced.
But we needed to save Moontree and my mum. And anyone else who has written in that book.
The soul forge, the forge of breath, is what is used to prepare the vessels, to detach the soul from if you were to enter there and I were prepared the ritual in that machine, I would be able to pull your soul from your body.
Right?
Shouldn't we put the book in there before we destroy it?
Couldn't we use this forge to pull the souls out of the book?
You can use the hammer for that, to move already prepared souls around.
Is
But
it-
prepare a soul.
Do we have to destroy
need
the
the
whole thing?
forge.
Can't we just disable it in a way that only we can make it work again? It feels like a waste.
I know we're working quite.
It
It's
is
urgent.
bad magic. It was my greatest mistake.
Is the book a portable version of that?
The book, a portable version.
Of the forge? Essentially, you write in the book and it prepares your soul and takes it out. Or
If he has, then he is. It must be, otherwise, how would it work? He must have gone away. Oh.
Well, this
Because it is
academic
unwilling.
seminar-
That must be trickery of it.
Apologies, this academic seminar is interesting, but we should see where the enemies are coming from.
also, yeah, we came through that portal pretty
Let's
quick.
get over to the forge and at least we can protect it there.
Yeah,
no more
and they
dream
won't have dreams. They won't have the dreams.
No,
Yes,
they're coming
they could
straight
be on
in.
the top of
They're
us
just
right
going to
now.
see all the dead goblins.
Okay.
Going to
well,
scare the crap out of them.
You've noticed the unseen servants are have been taking down heads and kind of like
So are we
incinerating them.
We're literally seeing floating heads move along. 'Cause
oh gosh.
Moving from to the incinerator. All right. Kona is like, all right,
To the forge.
Okay.
I will disable it, and we will see who seeks the forge.
Okay, someone go grab Makanda. He has no idea what that gong means.
I'll go.
all right, it's on the way.
Oh, it's on the way.
He kind of like grabs you all up. Have you grabbed your weapons?
Oh yeah.
All right.
I wear my weapons at breakfast.
Yeah. Yeah, like you cut your toast with like your sword. All right. As you head straight to the forge, Makanda is popping his head like out on the way. Makanda, what have you just done before they arrive?
Okay, so I was in the room scribbling in the real book very quickly. Will Kona know the second book for a fake? Question.
You'll have to kill Kona.
How do I get out of here?
Through the portal.
Is there another way?
Tell those opening the portal. Tell them you need to speak to Silvertongue.
Silvertongue. Many thanks. Whew, okay.
Makanda,
One book, another book.
come
Get
on.
out the thing.
Quick, come.
Oh,
We've got to go destroy the forge.
of course.
Why are you peeing in your bedroom?
Yeah.
There's a corner that I use for these purposes.
No,
I'm an old
Makanda.
man. I don't have time to go to bathrooms.
You are 50!
Yeah, okay, let's go to the forge.
We're being attacked, by the way. That's why we're
really?
going there. We have to destroy the forge.
Yeah.
Worry not.
As you run past the entranceway, you see a glow coming from the first antechamber, where you all entered via the portal.
How are they getting in without a needle?
Well, they
And
were getting
Kona's
into
like,
Unbreakable
Quickly!
into the.
To the forge!
There's got to be.
You there, bar the doors, bar the doors!
There's got to be more than
Backflip.
one way to get in. It can't just be the needle.
All right. So you're in the forge. You see that the bodies have been removed. Things have been cleaned up by the unseen servants while you were away. The big dangly forge hammer, automated forge hammer, has been put back in its place. Kona heads like straight to the forge, and he's like,
All right, we must destroy it. You there, Ignorus, grab those reagents. They're very explosive. Come, put them in.
Oh, okay.
All right, we're going to detonate this.
What's going to happen to us?
Well, we'll stand clear. Don't worry, it'll be fine.
all right, and then you hear a banging on the door.
We're about to. All right, I actually want to cast a spell before they get in.
All right.
I am going to cast Bless on myself. 3+1 per spell level, so it's 4, I guess. Myself, Iggy. Let's see who's front line. Myself, Iggy, Glenda, and probably Jack. Yeah.
Cool.
Of course.
So this is you add 1d4 on every attack roll saving throw during the duration.
The helpful fighters get blessed,
What does
legacy.
Bless do?
You add 1d4
Yeah.
to every saving throw or attack roll during the duration of the spell, which is about a minute. So we'll have about 10 rounds of that.
Iggy sees him casting and goes, oh, I can do something too. And he casts a silent image and summons like the scariest looking hellhound from his Cramex books, standing at the door ready to attack whatever comes through the other side.
Yeah.
And Legacy casts Cloud of Daggers. He gathers up some bits of metal that haven't been quite polished up. It shatters into a million pieces, and he pushes it in front of the door. A little sharp poke.
So like in front of the Hellhound. So Hellhound, Cloud of Daggers,
Cloud of Daggers.
door.
Scary AF.
Come get us now, boy.
And Glenda quickly, because you've got to do it, and she's very quick, knits herself some gloves. And puts them on.
I mean, I assumed you were knitting like on your short rest.
I just do the final cuffs.
You see,
Little buttons.
You see what I just did? Don't tell me that I'm useless. Look at the cloud of. No one's
No
getting
one
through
thinks
that.
you're useless.
You don't need to prove yourself
We
to
just
me.
think you're not cool.
All right, let's explode this. It's going to be amazing.
As he's exploding it, I start whispering in Legacy's ear, I think you might have been right about Kona thrice.
What? How can you speak? What can you
Okay,
do
think
now?
about it. Why is he making us destroy the forge?
Because
Follow your instincts, boy. Follow your instincts,
what are we supposed to do now?
You are right. And I sneak away. To the other side of the room.
It's all been 3 seconds. Yeah.
6 seconds.
Wait. Do we have to blow this thing up? Is there any?
We're busy we're blowing it up.
You said
Sounds
that.
dangerous
Are
to
these
me.
people coming? Are they
Well, they're
here?
up. They're knocking,
knocking
on
at
the
the
door.
What are they for? What are they here for?
Probably the
don't know.
forge.
To attack
We
us.
don't know, but we pissed them off on the way down.
They are very angry with us because some of us tried to drown them.
We should defend the forge.
All right, we'll defend the forge.
And he pulls out a piece of wire, rigs a little box, puts it on top of the reagents that are inside the forge, and you see spools out this very fine thread. He's like,
And if I don't like what they have to say, boom!
That sounds fair. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Okay.
All right then, let's see who's knocking.
and with that, the door bursts open. And that's where we're going to end our session.
Dun dun dun.
No!
Legacy is dodgy, but Kat is the dodgiest out of all of us.
Yeah, but that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that really came out of nowhere. We were blindsided there.
Yeah.
Hey, he's got his agenda. He knows what's up. All right.
Click like and subscribe.
Yes, if you want to find out more.
If you want to find out more, who is really the dodgy one? Like and subscribe.
Who do you think is the
And,
dodgiest?
yeah. Thank you to our supporters. And thank you to Zootee Studios. Thank you to Special Effects Media SA. And thank you for the National Arts Council of South Africa for making this all possible.
Thank you.
And Zale.
Thanks, Zale. Comment down below on who you think is the dodgiest. Is it Makanda or is it Legacy? And why?
It's a hunt.
Why is it Legacy? Tell us why Legacy is the
Why is it
dodgiest.
legacy?
And why is he more dodgy than Makanda? Let us
Why,
know.
indeed. All right. Thank you.